This call is being
Hello,
recorded.
Michael.
Hello. It did that thing again,
Sir?
where it tells us
It
we're
did.
being recorded. That's weird. That's weird that it doesn't do it always, but it does it sometimes. Very strange.
Maybe in these politically charged environments.
Well, for legal reasons, they probably, they got to do that. Because you're not allowed to record someone without telling them that you're recording them.
Yes.
Yes. To protect my legal ass over here. How's Lurch? How's Lurch today?
I didn't see Lurch. I just went up for cigarettes and came back down.
Okay. How long did that? Why did that take so long?
Because I stopped at a couple of card stores and stuff like that, too. Grabbed a couple more collector pieces for my binder.
Yeah.
Your television is loud.
Oh, can you turn the volume down a little? I thought you were watching the game. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Probably.
I haven't even bothered turning the game on yet.
Yeah. Well, so you can't find the Patriots? Like the Patriots aren't playing down here, or were you just watching the Patriots?
No, they're not here.
Okay, yeah, we can't watch, most of the time we can't watch the Patriots here.
That sucks.
You were watching Green Bay? Yeah, she was watching Green Bay. She's been watching the Bucks too. Got to see our man Brady.
Yep.
They're on tomorrow night though. So, tell me what kind of cards you get. What kind of special pickups?
I got an Expedition Flooded Strand and an Expedition, I think, I want to say Razor Grove something. I forget now.
Yeah.
But that makes piece number 16 and 17 for me. And
okay.
There are 30 pieces in the set that I am trying to assemble.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on our way.
It's like a set of cards that are all supposed to go together, or it's a deck you want to put together, and these are the cards.
No, it's a set of it's a set of special edition cards that I want.
Okay.
They're cheap right
so
now.
It's a collection.
Yeah. They're cheap right now. I do think within a couple of years they'll start climbing back up and get the value back. So.
Okay. That's fun. So there's
as with all collectibles, you have to wait for them to be collectible.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like a gamble. It's a long game. So there's this little TV show. It's on Disney Plus. I don't know if you've watched it, but
no, I've never heard of it before.
The second season premiered on Friday.
I don't even know what Disney Plus is.
Disney Plus. It's this streaming service. There's this company.
Well,
they've been around for a while.
Like
They're called
Netflix?
Disney. It's sort of like Netflix, yeah, but it's all from this one production company called Walt Disney Pictures. And,
again, never heard of them.
So they control some lesser known franchises. If you've ever heard of something called Marvel, or there's this company. It's really obscure. It's called Pixar. They own these guys. But there is another franchise. You might have heard of this one. It's called Star Wars. If that rings a bell.
I may have heard of it in passing.
Okay. Well, they have their first live action TV series now. They ran for a first season last year. People kind of liked it, and the second season premiered on Friday. It's called The Mandalorian.
Oh,
Yeah. That's I figured you'd know what I was talking about once I got to that. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have been telling me about that. That's like, isn't there some like gremlin in it? Like the movie.
Yeah, this little green puppet guy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can get behind it.
Mhm.
I mean.
Yeah, it's fun.
Not
it's fun.
I'm not 100% behind mind of it.
Yeah.
In
So,
case
yeah,
the internet didn't pick up on that, that was a ruse.
There was a ruse. We got you. We fooled you.
Yeah, we got everybody. I watched it.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it again before we talk about it.
Yeah, me too. I didn't end up doing it. I did dishes
Me
and
either.
played video games for a while.
Me either. Yeah, same. That's actually exactly what happened to me too. I'm also like rewatching
but I
the
watched
Marvel
it.
Universe right now, so.
Yeah.
I did watch it though.
Yes. It was very good.
And it was very good.
So the premiere episode, it was, I believe, 54 minutes, which I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the longest episode they've done so far.
Yeah, most
of them, some of them clock in around like 40 minutes, but like, it felt like the shortest episode. Like watching it, like I enjoyed it enough that when it was over, I was like, oh, it's over already? You know? So everybody has a chance before we get into it. There's definitely going to be spoilers. It's like there's not a lot of huge like universe breaking stuff that went on in this episode, but like if you don't want to know anything going into it, just skip this episode.
Yeah, you're going to want to turn us off
because we're going to talk about it for a good long time. Yeah. So that's your warning to get the fuck out of the room before we start talking about it. But so I like that, like, so Amy Sedaris, that mechanic character.
Yep.
I love that they brought her back. She was like my favorite like bit character from the first season.
I like that she was over the top excited to see the child again.
She fucking loves the child. And those pit droids.
Get away from there. He doesn't like your kind. It probably needs a once over. Well, you fucking heard him. He likes you now.
Fucking R5-D4.
Yeah.
And that's not just some random R5 unit. It has been confirmed that is the same droid from A New Hope.
Yeah.
And if you look real close on the back of his head, you can see these like scorch marks on that panel that exploded.
From when he got blown up.
Uncle Owen bought him, yeah.
That pit droid getting his face stuck in the vacuum hose.
Yeah.
They have been really working on like the little ha-ha moments, and I like that.
I love that. So I knew going into it that Timothy Olyphant was involved in this season in some way. I hope they bring him back as a character. I hope this wasn't just like a one-shot, because I love that it was such a, like, Timothy Olyphant, he plays like that character so well. Like on Deadwood, the bartender at the bar they go to in the episode, that is played by another actor from Deadwood.
Nice.
Yeah.
No, I just shoot, I forgot what I was going to say.
It's overwhelming.
That fucking hover bike.
The speeder bike. So I keep watching. So it's not an exact match for Anakin's
it's
like
pod
racer,
close,
but like it's
though.
100% intentional. I was so happy.
There's
when
no
I saw
way.
That was so cool.
Same. I also like that they made Mando's speeder bike sound like a Harley. Like if you listen to the noise that it's making, it's like a very soft V-twin sound.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's incredible. It's the little touches in this series that make it so much more enjoyable to me.
Like they understand Jon Favreau and his whole team. I'm pretty sure this is the first episode that Jon Favreau himself directed. Like he's the showrunner. He has been the whole time, but he had a team of directors doing each episode. Yep. But I think this is his first, this is his Star Wars universe directorial debut.
Well, he definitely didn't disappoint. That monster, awesome.
The crate dragon,
awesome.
Yeah.
And I like that, like,
There's no such thing as an abandoned Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, you eat the Sarlacc. And that makes sense why they found, all right, another huge, a spoiler, not a huge one. Remember we were talking about, we might get to see Boba Fett?
Oh, we definitely got to see Boba Fett.
We got to see Boba Fett's armor.
No, right at the end of the episode.
Oh, that's
Boba
right.
Fett, that's him. Yeah. That's Tamora Morrison, the guy who played Jango in the Clones.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now there are theories that like
I must not have noticed that.
No, the very last shot of the episode is the guy standing against the sunset, and then he turns to camera, and he's all scarred and fucked up.
Huh.
There are theories that maybe it's just some clone, but like, I don't think they're gonna dick us around like that. I'm pretty sure it's definitely Boba Fett. And I love that he's got Boba Fett's armor. I can't wait to find out why the Jawas had Boba Fett's armor.
Oh, the other thing that I want to point out, this quote-unquote abandoned Sarlacc pit was way, way bigger than that creature. The
Krayt Dragon? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
he was using it as a nest. Oh,
I think that
yeah,
Sarlacc
Boba Fett
was
killed that
dead
Sarlacc
before the dragon got to it.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll get to see Hutts. Because, like, if he's tracking down Boba Fett, then, like, he's connected to the Hutts. Like, I know Jabba's dead, but there's Gardula, his wife.
Yeah, there were plenty of other Hutts.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way the race of them just disappeared.
Yeah. No, Jabba was just one of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope we get to see Hutts. This is just, I feel like there's going to be a lot of Star Wars fan service this season, and I'm glad. Because it's like the first season, they were trying to be very careful to make this like its own entity. And now they've like established it, and they can like show us all these awesome connections to the larger Star Wars universe. Like there's rumors that there are going to be a bunch of Mandalorian characters from like the animated shows making appearances.
Yeah, I still have to watch the animated shows, apparently.
I watched like 20-minute recap that was just like all the information that like is necessary from the animated stuff. Specifically about the Mandalorians, because they played a big role in Clone Wars and Rebels. Excuse me. Jon Favreau did the voice of a Mandalorian on Clone Wars.
Huh.
Pre Vizsla or Paz Vizsla. One of them is his character on Clone Wars, and one of them is his character on The Mandalorian. That big, like, douchebag Mandalorian after he brings when he brings the Beskar steel into the culvert.
Yeah, he starts talking a bunch of shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, I believe that's Paz Vizsla, voiced by Jon Favreau, who also voiced Pre Vizsla on Wars. So they're not only both Jon Favreau. They're... You got that Rona, bro? You got that Rona? Good.
No, I just had some tobacco cigarette.
Okay.
And it just caught me the wrong way.
Your throat just a little hard. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else should we talk about from that episode?
There
wasn't a whole lot of information this time. It was more just like a happy romp to go and get Boba Fett's armor.
Yeah.
This was like a side mission for the Mandalorian.
I feel like this and probably the next episode are going to be at least one overarching story. I can't imagine, like, if they're not going to introduce Boba Fett until later in the season, I can't picture him just staying on Tatooine for the whole season. Especially since we've seen the trailers, and he doesn't. He definitely doesn't.
Yeah, there's no way. One, I think this next episode we actually get to interact with Boba.
Yeah, I think they'll actually bring him in, at least by the end of the episode. What if, like, Boba Fett, like, tags along? What if, like, he meets him on Tatooine and then he comes along for the journey?
Well, I mean, I don't see why Boba Fett wouldn't.
Maybe even to try and, like, redeem himself as a Mandalorian because he removed his helmet.
Well, I mean, did he really remove his helmet or did he have it removed? You know, like...
that's a good question.
Like, I mean...
One guy, this and Picard were the only times I've ever, like, after I watch an episode of a show, I go and, like, do a deep dive. But, like, Mandalorian and Star Trek Picard, I watch, like, these bunch of, like, YouTube, like, recaps. And one guy I watch, he has the theory that, like, Boba Fett defeated the Sarlacc and got, like, spit out into the Tatooine desert. And the fucking Jawas, they found him, and they took his armor. Because that's the kind of shit some douchebag Jawas.
Well, that's the kind of shit Jawas would do anyway.
Yeah. And he had that. The one thing that nobody's talking about is the fucking that staff over his back. Mm-hmm. Like the ones that the Tusken Raiders carry.
Yeah.
Like, do you think he's just been living as a Tusken Raider? Because he's wearing, like, the robes and shit. He's dressed that way.
Well, my thought process is, well, that's the other thing, too, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. That's what I forgot about. I feel like Jon Favreau is doing quite a bit to show the Sand People as not just savages.
Yeah, they're fucking people. Like,
yeah,
the
I really do
people.
feel like
they're
that
not
was
like
something.
Sand monsters.
Yeah, like I understand why everyone always glasses over Sand People.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they serve a purpose to, like, move the story along. I get it.
It's like in video games, it would be called a mob. That's just the enemies that you run into all the time that are easy to defeat, but kind of an inconvenience.
Yeah. But they're not that. You have to, I mean, like...
Yeah, no, like...
They move in columns to hide their numbers. Well, why did they do that? Why is this? Why is that? Can we get more story on the Sand People?
They can strategize like a hunter.
Yeah, and now we get it. The other theory that I want to propose to you, so maybe we can have our own, like, a little original thing.
Yeah.
And you can stop me if you've already heard it.
I want to clock it right now. It is November 1st at 2:19 p.m. Eastern time. Tell me what you're saying. Tell me what you're going to say.
I feel like Boba Fett defeated the Sarlacc out of survival, obviously. And then when he was done, realized the entire world now thinks he's dead. Everyone now, the guild thinks he's dead. The Empire thinks he's gone just in case the Empire is still around and all the rest of these things before he even figured out, the rest of it, whatever. Yeah. Decided that he was done as a bounty hunter, that this was it. This was too fucking close. This was the end for him. So he sold his Beskite armor because it's worth billions of credits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, he needed that money.
He could live as a hermit
on Tatooine.
To live as a hermit on Tatooine.
Do you think when we find him, he's going to be living in Obi-Wan Kenobi's old hut?
That would be an Easter egg that I think Jon Favreau would go for, but I don't.
I feel like I predict that right now. That's my prediction.
I will accept your prediction.
Because they're doing that Obi-Wan Kenobi series, they got to build that set anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
I support that thought.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I'm calling it. That's going to happen.
But that's my theory, is that he was just like, you know what? No, after this, I think I'm fucking done.
Oh, sorry, just a second. Came unplugged. All right, I'm back.
I mean, I just feel like that's a reasonable thing to happen after you've been swallowed by the Sarlacc and survived.
Yeah.
Like, you got to think about the fucking horror he must have seen in there.
Yeah. Especially, I don't know what I was about to say. I lost my train of thought.
I just think that is a 100% reasonable thing
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have to understand that Boba Fett wasn't a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, the other thing that we might think about as well is that he is a perfectly reasonable character.
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, okay, nope, I'm done. But I also think that going back to does Boba Fett tag along with Mando, I feel like he's neutral enough that it could go either way.
Yeah, especially the fact that he's definitely dealt with Jedi.
Yep.
He knows what it's like to fight the Empire, or to work with the Empire, or to do anything. So, yeah, he'll be an asset, even if he's not Boba Fett the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, even if he physically can't be Boba Fett the Bounty Hunter anymore.
Yeah.
That could also be a reasonable storyline, that when he came out of the Sarlacc pit, he was too fucked up to continue.
Yeah.
So he sold his armor to make a life. Or out of the wild stretch, Boba Fett the pacifist.
He's like,
I think that
turned into some like desert monk.
Yeah.
I'm excited no matter what turns out.
True. I think it's going to be 100% fantastic. I have not been disappointed as yet, so.
All right. I think we have pretty, well covered The Mandalorian. You've been playing any video games?
I've been playing some Warzone. I'm getting better at it.
Is that Call of Duty?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I haven't touched Fable since the last time I talked about it.
Okay.
I am probably going to try and finish my playthrough of Borderlands 3. Because I was playing that with somebody else, and they have decided that I don't know if they have just decided they don't want to do it anymore, or if they're just more interested in Call of Duty, which is fine, one way or the other. I'm just going to finish it.
Yeah.
Video games. No, not a lot.
So there's this new game coming out. It comes out January 2021. It's called Dragon Ball.
Next week. Or I should say possibly Tuesday, depending on the financial situation. I may pick up Squadrons.
Nice.
And
nice. I've heard it's a really great VR experience.
I'm cool with the VR thing because, I kind of get sick in a VR headset, so...
Yeah.
The motion sickness is pretty serious, and I don't much care for that, so...
Yeah.
What I would like to set up, have you seen there's this monitor setup now. Companies are selling them that they're wraparound monitors.
Like curved?
You're outside, you're not in a headset, but you can still turn your head, see everything, do all that kind of shit. Then there's
I'm going to mute my mic for just a second.
And obviously you've seen the chairs that have keyboard and computer setups, you sit in them, they close up around you, and they like move and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. You need a separate computer to run the chair, though.
Yeah. Stuff like that, like, so there's the Oculus Quest. That's pretty affordable as far as VR experiences go. Because, like, most of the time you need this console and their proprietary, like, expensive VR headset. Or you need a high-end PC that can handle this kind of stuff. But Oculus Quest is standalone. It doesn't need to connect to a computer. It is just a little device that you strap to your face and everything's in there.
Say that again?
You do need to have say that again, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a standalone headset that has everything you need to play games inside your headset.
That's cool.
It connects to the internet. So, like, not everything is available, but there are some premium, like Vader Immortal probably runs better if you've got a PC, but, like, it's available on the Quest 2, I don't know what it's called. Quest something. Still like $250, $300 for that. But
yeah, but that's not bad.
Yeah. I can't wait till like PlayStation's patent runs out and you can get like a third-party headset for it instead of having to buy the $200 peripheral for PS4. Though what's cool is that PlayStation VR, like at launch for PS5, like the current PlayStation VR works. So you don't need a whole new VR thing. I'm sure they'll release a better one down the line, but this current VR headset for PlayStation works already on PS5. You can use PS4 controllers. It's like this stuff on any other console is not a big deal, but Sony is such a bag of dicks that it's so cool that you can just use the stuff you already own. You don't have to buy hundreds of dollars worth of stuff just to make your PlayStation worth playing. For the first time. Well, backwards compatibility is not supposed to be a big deal. But Sony did it.
No, it really isn't. Like, because I know that I can still use like old Xbox controllers on my Xbox One, and it'll still work.
Yeah,
fine.
You could use the Steel Battalion fucking cockpit on your Xbox Series X. I bet you can just hook it right up, no problem.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Michael. If I do ever find myself with a disposable income, I may purchase that game.
Steel Battalion?
Yeah.
Did we look it up on YouTube, on eBay, like how much it would cost to get like the whole set?
Yeah, it's
with
like
the game?
What, it was like $200 or $300 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was an insane amount of money to play a video game most likely once.
Yeah. For like 20 minutes.
But I feel
like nobody talks about Steel Battalion. They talk about the Steel Battalion controller.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But I bet it works with other games.
I would hope.
Other like mech games, probably. Maybe like
that would be wicked cool with like a flying sim. Or
yeah, you like those flying sims. Fucking Star Wars Squadrons?
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Let me tell you the thing I'm the most excited to see. Like I'm not a space combat flight sim kind of guy. So I'll probably never play Squadrons, but it does look really cool. Yep. Just the ship customization. Like you can put like graffiti on your ship and you can decorate your cockpit and shit.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it looks like it's going to be a really fun game.
Yeah. I've heard it's like it's just a really great experience.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's Star Wars, so...
So that's the kind of game that will probably be, maybe not, it'll probably be available for like sometimes they put like premium games up on PlayStation Now, and they're available for like 3 months, and you can play them for those 3 months. There are thousands of games on PlayStation Now. There's nothing wrong with the system, with the interface or anything. It's just like they want you to buy these huge games.
So
that's where I played. What?
No, go ahead.
No, you go. You said we got this big what?
We got this big freak snowstorm.
Oh yeah, I heard. The weather down here kind of feels like fall a little from time to time.
The jealousy
it's
is
just
real.
Like I would prefer. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we covered everything we wanted to cover today.
We did. Oh, there is one last thing.
Okay.
So they're developing a live-action Dungeons & Dragons TV series.
How so?
So, I don't know how to explain
like,
it any better.
I mean, what I want is for it to be cut back and forth between players at a table and characters in a world.
That is 100% not the way they're going to do it, but that is the only way you can do it. And that's why it's going to suck no matter what.
Yeah, I feel like, otherwise there's no point in doing it. Like, there are all these really awesome fan movies that do that, and they're really great movies. And if they had, like, a budget, or if they had, like, $1 million to spend on production, I feel like they'd be fucking awesome. And that's where, like, the comedy of the whole, when you play D&D with your friends, comes from, is the interaction and the banter between other players while you plan shit out.
What the show you need to do would be half, like, the D&D movie, and the other half would be, like, Freaks and Geeks. Yeah. Have you ever seen Freaks and Geeks?
I've seen a few episodes, I think.
Make it about a bunch of nerds in the 70s or the 80s. And the other half is this, like, over-the-top, like, melodramatic fantasy adventure.
It's basically like Stranger Things, but fantasy, not horror.
Yeah. So, Melissa, did you hear her?
No.
She said Stranger Things, but fantasy instead of horror.
Yes.
So, that's 100% never the way they're going to make a D&D movie or TV show.
I know.
But that is the only way it can possibly work.
Yeah, but then you get like the failed roles and like you fucked up and like, well, you really fucked
like you'd
up.
hear them like narrating over it and you'd hear the dice rolling and shit.
Yeah, like that's
oh
exactly
my god,
how
I'm
they
getting goosebumps thinking about this movie, Fatty.
That's exactly how it should be done.
It is. Fuck. Dude, that's so good.
Thank you.
I'm going to write some stuff. About that.
Yeah. That's a movie that, like, you and I and a lot of our, like, huge nerd friends would have a whole bunch of fun making.
Yeah. So it's Hasbro. Did you know that? Did you know Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast?
Yes.
I didn't know that. So Hasbro is like launching it's being produced by the same studio as like the shitty Hasbro cartoons from all over time. Transformers and shit.
Wizards, or I should say Magic is Wizards and Wizards is Hasbro. I have to know that. Yeah. That's why we get these. But that's why we get these really cool like Transformers Magic cards.
Yeah. Oh, really?
There are these. There's an alternate art walking ballista that looks like Megatron, or I should say is Megatron. There's an Optimus Prime card that was in a San Diego promo, I believe, Comic-Con promo.
Nice.
What else?
And are they legal, like in competition play?
I mean, no, they're silver bordered cards.
Okay. They're just for like fun.
Yeah, they're funsies. They're collectibles.
Yeah.
There's these sets also that Magic's produced. They're called unsets, where they're just like off the wall, fucking dumb, stupid cards. But none of them are legal in any other format than their own.
I got a bunch of those goofy fucking goblins. They're like that's the best I can't describe it any more clearly. They're a series of cards. I can't remember the name that they all had in common. But they were these weird fucking
But yeah,
yeah.
That's
they were
how
all
we get
goofy fucking goblins.
Yeah, and then that's how you get all these weird random interactions in the card universe. There's I heard a rumor that like one of the next 6 sets is supposed to be a Forgotten Realms set, like a legitimate Dungeons and Dragons set. Like they've done this, they did this in D&D when Wizards kind of decided to like bridge the gap between Magic and Dungeons and Dragons. They released when Ravnica when they went back to the Ravnica plane, they released Dungeons and Dragons books with Ravnica stuff and all these different races and like I think they went into the clans. I'm not 100% sure. Or I should say the guilds of Ravnica.
Okay.
And then they've done a few other things like not Ixalan. What was the one they just did? There is a Zendikar book coming out, I believe. There's another plane, I forget which one it was now, that has a Dungeons and Dragons book as well now.
Okay.
But yeah, there's supposed to be like legendary. I mean, obviously, if they're going to go to Forgotten Realms, they're going to have legendary creatures. That I'm hoping they will print what's called a partner commander. Partner commanders mean you can have 2 commanders.
Okay.
And they both interact with each other somehow, and then you build your commander deck, quote unquote, around it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But what I'm looking forward to is seeing Drizzt Do'Urden and his companion, that panther. I forget what the name is now. It's been so long since I've read the books.
Yeah.
That I want to see, and I'm almost certain it's going to be in what's called Sultai colors, which is what I like to play. Those are my comfort. That's my comfort clan, is in those colors. Okay. And I can't wait to see that because I think it's going to be absolutely filthy.
It's exciting for you.
Like, I see it being dirty.
Yeah. Does Wizards also do Pokemon?
Yes.
If it's a card game, chances are it's Wizard, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Do you play any other card games or just the Magic?
No, I play Magic.
I
don't really want to waste my time with anything else. Like,
yeah, because once you get into the more obscure stuff, people get more obnoxious.
Yeah, like there's this game called Hearthstone that's like really popular. A lot of other people play that. I don't have any idea what that game's about. Obviously, there's Yu-Gi-Oh. I believe that is also on its way out, from what I understand.
Yeah, because the kids who are playing Yu-Gi-Oh are like adults who have jobs and shit.
Yeah, Like, from what I
Yu-Gi-Oh!
understand,
was
that
never good enough.
Yeah, I feel like that from what I hear is like, it's super heavy pay to play. I mean, like, not like Magic isn't, but like, if you don't have like $1,100, you're not building a good deck, kind of thing.
Yeah. The cat has a cigarette lighter in his box. We don't know how he got it in there. Got a little black 7-Eleven cigarette lighter.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when are we playing D&D again?
I am not sure. Got some stuff coming up, but I'll get to the group text and we'll sort it out.
I want an answer, Michael.
Yeah. It's the holidays. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
To, like, find the time. Shit at work is going to be ridiculous for the next 3 months.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Liquor nonsense, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where
that's one thing. We actually don't sell liquor. We just sell wine and beer. And, like, a good, like, quarter of the day, from, like, 5 p.m. to close, at least, like, a third of the questions you answer are going to be, where's the liquor and how do I get to the liquor? I have memorized the directions to get to the liquor store. The quickest way to get to the liquor store.
Nice.
You go at the far end of the parking lot by the Starbucks. You take a right out onto Park Road. You go through that set of lights, and on your right, about a quarter mile up, it's next to the Wendy's. And 100% of the time, because there's just this big sign that says ABC Spirits, and that's where you go.
Makes sense.
Yeah. But at least a third of the questions I answer are, where is the liquor? And how do I get to the liquor? It's like a lot of people, we're pretty close to South Carolina, so a lot of people have, like, they're going to parties, like, in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And down there, it's just, like, the stores sell beer and wine and liquor, but the liquor has to be, like, it's one building, but there is a wall between liquor and everything else. It's a completely different part of the store. And they can't sell on Sundays.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just like a lot of tiny differences. It's like living on another planet where they're pretty much like us, but they're not exactly like us.
I get it.
And they're all sort of dumb. So it's like an advanced alien coming to live on Earth. Basically, me in North Carolina.
Michael has now dubbed himself an advanced life form.
But no, by that logic, you are also an advanced life form. I'm not saying you're just some human.
No, I'm just some.
All
right, Michael.
Guy. Okay. It was good talking to you, sir.
Indeed,
oh,
sir.
Wait, I meant to. One last thing I got to tell you. So, the front door to my apartment building.
Oh, good.
You know, so it's not a doorknob. It's like a handle that you turn. You can picture that in your head? Like you grab onto it and you turn it?
A handle, yes.
Yeah. So, went out for a cigarette before bed last night, so like 12:30, maybe 12:15, and the handle was normal. She's saying 11:40. She's saying 11:45 at the latest. Late, and the handle was fully intact and right there. I went out this morning, and when I came back, I see the handle, and it's just like the nub at the end. And it's like chewed up. It's like all scratched up, and the handle part is just snapped off. Like, it's
Okay.
nowhere to be seen. And it's just, I can't picture in my head a human being doing this. It's like some cryptid tried to, like, attack us. All right,
I'm
that
just
was
trying
my
to think
last
about
thing.
what would be strong enough to snap that off.
Like, I don't know what kind of metal it's made out of, but it's made out of metal. Like, metal's not nothing.
That's true. It is not nothing.
It's like our doorknobs, our door handles inside, they look like metal, but they're actually just, like, glossy.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just, if you pull too hard a few too many times, the whole thing just comes right out. We had to have our doorknob replaced. It was already fucked up when we got here. But our doorknob just fell off.
Oh, shit.
And I went to the office to tell them with the doorknob in my hand. Because to get, like, when you close the door, the doorknob just comes off.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the doorknob over there and showed them, and then I came back and used the doorknob to open the door. Had to replace it. And I've since then had to tighten it also. So that doorknob, you could just tear it off if you wanted to. But this fucking, I can't imagine. I can't picture the person. At least not, like, there's a basketball player here, but even him, I don't know. I don't know. All right, sir. That was my one last thing.
That's funny as shit.
Always try to find one right before we go.
All right,
fun.
brother.
I'll see you later.
Miss your face.
I miss you too, sir.
Later, man.
Bye.